Last Goes Friday is a podcast launch where four dudes talk about their career stories and how they're going into it, business, tech, and entrepreneurship. Warning: this podcast contains explicit language, and anything said or done here is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Please kindly do not take it personally. It's all for good fun and it's all jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, welcome to Last Week on Friday. Another awesome podcast. It's been a while we spoke. So, me as your host, David Egop, aka Drounz, and Prince, aka Lockton. So, Prince, say hi for the grams.
How far?
Yeah. So. It has been a while since we brought you guys an episode, since we recorded. I think personally, since we had like a 4-week call that we had to like talk. We had calls generally, but this has been a long time coming. Yeah, this is a one of many. So today is going to be a short one, to be honest. I think primarily because our lives are still busy, but then this is just a catch up on what has happened so far and what the future is looking like. Yeah. So, Prince, what's up? Musa, how you guys doing today? How's your week? Prince?
No start with me.
Musa says he cannot talk. Anyway, are you here, Musa?
Okay, my voice is terrible. Can you hear me?
This is a terrible voice. God, I beg you.
I got sleeping the entire day, bro.
That's good though. You're sleeping the entire day. God don't do that for you.
God, bro, I'm trying to recover. Okay, this week has been a lot.
That's all you can say about the week. It has been a lot. Prince, what can you say about your own week?
Omo.
Are you serious? Omo.
That's the only way to describe it. It's been an eye-opener. What has been going on my week, apart from school? I thought of a way to teach my students better, because currently I'm teaching them Python programming, and so instead of writing, and all of them, they have laptops, of course, it's a good school. I opened a site that they can be coding on with Python, very easy to set up from browser, register them. So I explain the concepts and I'll write some things on the board. I'll try to explain it the best I can. It's okay, but like obviously it's too slow for my liking. So I just realized that life is not hard. If they want fire, maybe they try them. I wrote out free code camp on the board and had all of them register and started to give them assignment. I say, okay, do 30 lessons before the next class, so that when it's time for class, all of you bring your questions and I will answer and explain as much as possible. But I can't be teaching you word for word when you can learn all these things on YouTube, which is what I always teach them. Like, you should be able to use your internet not just for Roblox, but to actually learn. So that's my approach now. That is my approach.
Want to incorporate YouTube? You want to incorporate like YouTube into what they are learning?
No, it's not YouTube into what I'm trying to teach them how to learn. I think that's more important. It's the reason why I make my own syllabus for them. I don't use the general one, because the general one, whoever created that shit has not worked in industry. They don't know anything about how the industry works. No be yesterday where DeepSeek come, choke, open air, come out grand. So you can't learn by syntax. You have to learn the art of learning things faster. So the only way to learn programming is to actually understand what data structures are, understand what loops are, understand the logic thinking. Ordinary basic programming, that's basic language, is enough for you to understand. Then when I pick up a new language, I just try to look over their syntax and I can code in any language. Do you get my point? So it's not by learning, you don't cram anything. You just understand how it flows, how to think like a robot, how do you think this thing will be able to explain this shit? Then, okay, what language does he use? Then I just have to go and look at the syntax of the language and I can code any language. So I'm trying to teach them with that approach. you have to think of why will you do this, how will you approach this. Okay, I'll tell them what is the area of a circle. They did not know it. Grade 8, that is GS2, doesn't know area of circle. I almost fainted. Something I need in primary 3, but let me not complain. Anyway, if you want to, that's what I'm just trying to do. So I know personally those students, the kind of thing they don't learn from me, they'll be dangerous in the future if they actually pay attention. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. So the goal of me trying to explore the way to teach them is because I will use the idea of teaching them in YouTube. For example, the goal of my channel is to explain all these AI data science statistics for absolute beginners. That is, assuming someone comes out of village, they have not carried a computer before, and you want to explain all these things to them. I'm not assuming you have gone to university or you went to science class. You get? So I I teach grade 8. Simply put, they don't know anything compared to college. So it's very easy to explain to them because a lot of them have tiny attention span. At that age, your attention span is small. We now added TikTok scrolling and all these brain rots. The attention span is non-existent. So in order to teach those people and get their attention, it will force me to create examples. I've used Little Red Radio to explain statistics concept before. I've used Boy Who Cried Wolf to explain AI, to explain something in AI. I can break down a concept into infinite number of ways, and I don't teach the next thing until everybody understands. So I can explain one particular thing to 10 different students with 10 different examples. I can explain to this one using Spider-Man, I can explain to this one using Roblox, explain to this one using Captain America, explain to this one using basketball. This one likes Stephen Curry. Use Stephen Curry example. I know what each of them likes, so it's very easy to break it down. And some of them like Call of Duty, some of them have terrorist tendencies. So it's quite interesting and funny, but like I kind of use them in a way, apart from learning how to teach and patience, it's kind of I use them to test. So if I want to teach something in YouTube, you can best believe that half of the things I'm saying there, I know you will be able to understand it because kids were able to understand it. You feel me? So I mean, it's just making lemonade out of lemons, I think, and that's that.
That's an
Yeah,
interesting way to put it.
you said.
That's an interesting way to put it. I think that's
Mm,
very fundamental. Like learning how to learn is very, very key. Yeah, one of the things that I did to some of the earlier teammates I had at Whatspodcasting, at least some of them I still do it now, is like kind of teaching them how to see patterns in in other designs and how to copy. It's like there are other designers out there, there are other videos out there, but at the end of the day, every single thing you can get inspiration from it. To be honest, like if you look at another person's inspiration for a video, like you have to break the video down to the fundamental parts to be able to recreate it. So I'll sit down with the editors and be like, okay, see, from this video, what can you see here? There are four elements. You can see a text, you can see a color, and you can probably see an element of like a human being, an image. So these are elements I should look out for. These are the same, they constitute of this video. Now, looking at it from that point of view, you can then say, okay, what is happening to the text? The text is moving right, why the picture is stable, and then probably there's also another introduction of another element that's for aesthetics alone, just one random element. So now breaking it down this way, you can easily recreate a video, and you can also look at how you can, create something else. Can you copy? What can you copy from? Okay, you can copy the text elements, and then look for another image element from a different video, and then create your own. So this way, if you use that principle of like breaking the things, that you can apply it to any video, any design, I can recreate something else out of it. So I see your point. I think it's very, very fundamental, to be honest,
we-
as compared to just teaching them what is in front of them. Yeah.
guy, being patient with kids is funny, guy, because the amount like I'll be able to let go. But these guys, I would say genuinely, like, as much as everybody likes seeming as if they're smarter at that age, kids are genuinely funny. I do not like these niggas are funny, like mad. Sometimes I just bust out laughing because it is the thing is wild. So for example, I was trying to explain I don't even anyway, what is the worst they can do? If they listen to our first 5 episodes, they'll arrest us already. So I I was trying to explain the concept of algorithm again because I was putting input function like input this thing. So I first use general example like ATM machines. When they ask you for your password, you have to put this integer. People not put a word, they have to put numbers. You get just adding constraints, and I'm just trying to explain all that. Then I'm trying to explain, like, remember in the first class when you were asking me, hey, is this thing AI? Is that in AI? And I was trying to explain to you guys that no, this is if statements. You get these are just if statements. I say, for example, like now a dog. One was distracted. So I had to use an example. This one likes dogs. So I was like, for example, a dog now. You can tell your dog understands you and knows you, but you can kind of give you a constraint that hey, if the person that's coming to the door is black, you know you're back or something like that. God forgive me. Anyway,
Wait, say that again.
I said that like you can give your dog, like your dog knows you and everything, but this part, yeah, I know I explained reinforcement learning with dog as part of AI, but this part of the dog learning, like if you tell the dog that if the person knocking is black, back or don't back, you get. You know, I was trying to explain this. The best person that I knew that was a line example over the line. That's so one of them. This boy, this guy, I don't even know what to say. This guy, you know that why are you gay? that meme. Guy, every time that guy talk, that's why they look up. And a very short boy. Guy, guess what this guy said when I said that example.
What did you say?
Just guess. What do you think you say that will scatter my head?
You are gay. You are black.
No, you guys say. I'm not even talking to him. I'm just giving general example. I said like if you see a black person, you get back. Then the guy that said when you go black, you can't go back. I was just looking. I don't even know how to. Everybody was like, "Hey, yo!"
Yeah, you go black. You can't go back.
First of all, for those
He's a black guy.
Means the saying is associated with the obvious stereotype that black men are big blockers. So the idea is that if a white chick or let's say Hispanic chick knock a black guy, let's say they near Shegu, for example, they no go bond them, go back to Miguel or Hernandez. You get. So I don't know how.
Is he a black guy? Is he a black guy?
Yes, my class is very miserable. They are kids, they're like 14, 13, 14 in the class. Guy, the fact that the guy could say it loud, it was like, when you go black, you can't go back. No, I'm not even sure if the guy understood the meaning of that phrase. Guy, I'm telling you. So,
he probably has an idea.
Oh, I think they know everything, guy. What have I not heard? Bro, heard everything, but that one caught me off guard because I was how I honestly don't know what they are saying in that their TikTok, but they need to add more parental guidance, to be honest, because so yeah, that's the unpredictable part. It's teaching is actually very, very interesting. Like, to be honest, I know I've dreamt of myself in TED Talks, but like with what I do, the way I teach them, I make it like TED Talks. Like, you raise up your hand, I give you answer. There's no syllabus. I'm just freestyling. So it's like I'm learning public speaking at all times. You get, and man, no lie you, guy. TED Talk no go hard to do. As things there like this, I think I'm mentally prepared to run TED Talk. I'm not just successful yet. So one down, one to go. Well, yeah.
I think there's a difference, though. There's a huge difference in talking to a class of students and then talking to a class of like a huge class of people on a TED Talk.
No, TED Talks. Let me explain something, but the one thing people don't understand, I think Musa should know this too well, is that the higher you go in an organization, the more important the people you talk to, the dumber you have to be. You have to assume that the people you are talking to are the dumbest idiots in the world. If you are talking to your direct teammate, you can use all the statistical terms and explain in depth. But you are talking to Elon Musk, you think you are going to tell him the details or the physics. He will literally straight line. Your graph self will be very, very easy to understand. Big fonts, like you're talking to toddlers. So,
guy, Prince, and you know the irony?
What?
Is that before you can be able to like even say it such simply, you have to do the deepest work.
Yes.
Because once they ask one question, that's where all your technical meaning has to come up. Like if they ask you, okay, what's the logical assumption behind that? That's where they will know if you worked on those.
But if you explain to them, or from the onset with all the technical men, they'll just fire you. They'll just, how did that guy say it? Is it Jack Ma? I don't want to quote him if he's not him. Who was the guy that said that thing? I think it was this Louis Vuitton head that said that we are promoting them outwards or somehow like that. Is this new phrase for how they fire people? They say we are promoting them outwards or something like that.
What? Yeah, promoting them outward, qua.
Yeah.
Yeah, promoting them out of the company.
That when he started to lay off, that was the terminology he coined it as. Something like that. You can go and check it. But yeah, so you have to assume. So teaching kids, I think it is even easier to teach TED Talk than to teach young kids that make jokes about everything. I'm telling you. Because of, first of all, they are unpredictable. They are not well cultured or mannered. And they don't, like TED Talk, someone that comes to a TED Talk paid money for that shit. So they are coming expectant. It's like people that go to watch comedy shows. No matter how boring the thing is, you will laugh, you will smile. Because you don't already give them $50 now. Why you no go laugh?
Hi, my name is David, or Egop, or Drounz, whichever one you know me by. See, for the last 1 year plus, Whatspodcasting has brought you this podcast and 5-6 different other podcasts that people around have loved based on the niche and the audience we've served. Now, it has been a year of us doing this over and over, and we figured out the problem with consistently writing copies, generating social media content for all these different podcasts. Even when we had one, was a problem. So to that, we created something we believe and we know can help solve that problem. It is our own duty and responsibility at Whatspodcasting to give you the best stories and also make podcasting feel like a breeze. So, to that effect, I'm introducing you to Pllugg, spelled Pllugg. Pllugg. Pllugg is a simple tool that serves as your podcast co-creator that helps podcasters to create more and stress less by providing you access to upload just one audio content or many as you wish you want to use. And from that audio content, you can generate transcripts, LinkedIn posts, Twitter posts, quotes from that episode, and also go as far as generating you a summary that you can use as a description for the episode. All in one platform. You don't have to jump hurdles of transcribing in a different platform and then take it to GPT or somewhere else. In one place, all your problems are solved. Go to pllugg.com to get started now. Pllugg.com. Your problems being past $50 now.
Exactly, but this is not from their pockets. Now their parents pay, so they are in class because they are told to. They are not going there for their own will. So if somebody comes to class and their mind is not mentally prepared to learn, it's harder to actually explain it to them compared to TED Talk that people paid and booked flights. It's just my thought process around it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Thank you, Prince, for giving us our lessons.
Yep.
Things has become his ambition. When he was small, I wanted to be a teacher. Now he's teaching.
Everything is on a path. Everything's on a path. He's on a path. You don't know that he's prepared right now. What's happening to Prince is that Prince is being prepared for when he has to explain and give a tech talk onto how to be successful in 4 ways. And then he will now sit down and be like, one of the basic fundamental things I would start with today is you only connect the dots looking backwards. Now, you will not take us back to when he was looking for green card.
I go see
and then explain how the dots are connecting from where he
This
started.
This ego don't dream about this same thing maybe like 300 times doing this.
This guy, I've been speaking on stages for a long time, so like I'm not dreaming about it. So my reality speaks for itself.
No vex, boss.
Thank you. My week has been interesting, to be honest. Well, I've been in Lagos almost every week since the beginning of January. Has it been good? I don't like traveling too much, but then I enjoy, to a degree, getting to do meaningful work. Yeah. But then again, it's making me spend almost all my money on travels, and I don't like it. But then again, I get to have a reason to try out something new and see just see the office, see my colleague. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's yeah, we're getting there. But yeah, aside that, that's been a very interesting week, to be honest. We launched the products for the last time we made this product. Now I have really not had the time to announce that. Like, Whatspodcasting launched a product called Pllugg. It is a co-creator for podcasters. It is simply similar to his job. It's primarily to help podcasters create more, and stress less, create more time, create more content for themselves, and then stress less about thinking about what to create and how to, diversify their content primarily. And being able to launch that product to a few people, see them use it, get feedback. It has been an exhilarating one, and also a very tough, like a mentally tough thing to do. Not tough in the sense of it is hard, but tough in the sense of the decisions and layers of decisions you have to make because of that event, as it has been a very difficult one. Um, so that's where we're at, in terms of Pllugg. But I'm excited for it. But launching it publicly, sorry, I don't know. I have an injury on my tongue, so I keep sorry. So I'm launching it publicly on the African Podcast Day on the 12th. If you are listening to this on the 12th, listening to it before the 12th, and it's cool, to be honest. I'm excited for what happens next after we put it to a lot more people. If it to crash, if it to break. So many thoughts coming to my head on how the project should go about, what's the next step, how we should find, more engineers to work on the project, or I should just spend all my savings on hiring one engineer that would work on it properly. I really do not know. But at the end of the day, I think I would make the best decisions that will move us one step forward now and potentially leave us on a path of success in the nearest future. So that has been my week, to be honest. In a nutshell, that's just been it. Like having just to think about Pllugg, what's the next step. One thing I have come not to realize, but to sort of like expect and to is that like by the time you launch your product, there are so many things that matter and there are so many things that become clear that they don't matter. Not as if they are not important, they are not important now. I think one of the very obvious one is social media. You see, when you launch something, the things that matter are: is it working? Are the people you are selling it, you are sending it to, can they use it to do the basic thing that it's supposed to do? If that is what is happening, like if that thing is not working, you have a very big problem in front of you. And if you can do that and it's working, I promise you, you are winning. If you are worried about what the logo will look like, if you're worried about what the brand message looks like on screen, if you're worried about like if social media is active or not, you're already on a path that is not looking like success. Because fundamentally, what the user wants is it working? Like, to be honest, when I send this to users, I've never had one user complain to me that they don't like the landing page, or they don't like the color I use for the buttons, or they don't like the logo. Nothing. Neither have they come to say, oh, I love the logo, or I love what you put on your landing page, or I love the fonts. All they really care about, all they have ever asked me is, I uploaded an audio and it seemed to not work. Oh, I like how fast it is. Or I like how it was able to work really easy and it makes my life super easy. I like this. I like that. I think I should play this for you guys. Before I end this my rampage. What's her name again? This is from a user, right? This is after I sent this to a user. This is what she said to me.
It's not. I was trying to post this before coming back to you to give you a review. So like it's so good. First of all, I'm impressed again with the AI summary. So like just like you said, I would not need to overthink my description. And I tried it and it gave me ideas on what to do. Another place I'm very impressed with is this quotes. I find it so difficult. Okay, not like so difficult, but like it takes so much time for me to just sit down because I have to be editing and picking out codes because I don't want to start going through transcripts and all. Right? So like the codes so cool. It's amazing. LinkedIn posts, guy. Thank you for creating such a tool. I hope my voice no go out in public. But I just felt like I needed to share this with you. When someone creates something, it's best to just let them know they are doing well, they're keeping quiet. I won't do that, not me, that's never me. So yes. Okay, I'm awaiting more updates. I think did I say updates or something? Where did I say that? Yeah, I'm here.
That has been one feedback from
She
user
tell you
that
say me can start for public. Well,
no, that has been confirmed. We've played that in the chat, in the DMs. But anyway, that is why this product is so important. Like, if this is somebody's life that is so happy about that, this product is helping her have like an easy life. Yeah, that's what staying awake for. Yeah, that's my Jabajantics. Thank you all for listening to me. How was your week, Musa?
Congrats on your tool.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you so much.
all I'm congrats to like guy is the the tenacity and willingness to want to see this too. Like I can remember when you're talking about Willow, and it looked like a sickness because I was like, what the hell is Willow? Like now, it has obviously become a product that exists, and now people are actually using. And I know the biggest user itself is the Whatspodcasting thing because literally every day you have to publish content. So, what I think the fact that the team members are not even complaining, right, is also a good sign. More than the non-Whatspodcasting people, but that team members are also using it and I have no challenge per se. It's also very positive. So, like, well done to you for being able to, like, see the life of a product. And what, even though I don't know the other challenges, but all challenges in development are mostly like progress looking. So, solving them is going forward. But yeah.
Moving
Well
forward. Thank you. Glory be to God. Yes. How was your own week, Musa?
Okay, my own week, like more. It was a lot. I think that was just the big summary. It's like long, very, very long meetings. Very, very long meetings. Like we're pushing forward and we're making progress, but sometimes it's like when you're going through something, you're asking like when will it end? Like maybe when you have toothache or when you have like stomach ache, your worry, you're so in the pain, and the only thing you can think about is the pain and when this pain will end. I think I'm at that stage that I'm just so in the work, and because I'm so interested like in this period ending, I'm just like, when will it end? Because it's so consuming, like so consuming, like it really takes a lot. And I don't know, sometimes I'm just like praying for more patience because the normal me, I'll go pull out ASAP and go. And I'm just like giving myself narratives to use to keep going and keep pushing, like, convincing myself of the importance of the work I do. so that I can be able to give my best foot forward all the time. But yeah, but it's like a lot, guy. Like mentally, physically, intellectually. Like, bro, I'm drained.
I like to think. A guy won't take a break from thinking.
Or more the day. They're not even like, bro. That the funny thing is not even like. I still feel like it's only about thinking part of me, like the real form me that can help you properly think, right? I don't even think I even use up to 30%. Because if you want to properly maximize the value I can give in anything, is to give me the problem and then I'll come back with you with a response. I need to go and like properly ponder on it. I need to go and study properly. And I'll come back with you with different options and solutions. But that's not what we're doing. Like what we're doing now is I mean it is, but it's like we're not doing very, very deep pondering. Do you understand? Like it's very basic in my own opinion. It's like, oh, how do you solve this? It's like you're just looking for like the immediate solutions. You're not profoundly thinking of like long-term solutions. So it has its own implication. And of course, like if you continuously improve small, you obviously get to that long-term solution logically. But I prefer sitting down and like holistically looking at things and then creating solutions out of like both big picture and where your position is right now. So yeah.
Prince posted something today which I think might help. And some of the things he was sending to me on Twitter are also very helpful. Let me just tell you, by the way. Prince posted something about not living for and helping other people achieve their dreams, but like more of like this is the time and period where you have to like, do your own shit, like break your own world into pieces. I know, Prince, I know ball is in 10 minutes. Break your own shit into pieces so that you would be the one to know, like you are the one grooming what is emerging from it. One big thing I think all four of us most likely have been part of or have done is focus a little too much into building somebody else's big dream and very little or not enough into our own. It may be like we're building a path to where we want to be. It may be like, okay, spending time on this thing is a path to when I'm done here, I will emerge. As much as that is important, I think we need to be very, very careful so we don't get too soaked in and then lose exactly what will help us when we finally emerge out of that path. If you continue, Musa, on this path where you are not thinking or you're not being used to your full potential, right? Like maybe, or you're continuing to this path where it is draining you. The point as to when you are about to emerge from where the benefit of this path is supposed to lead you to, you would have lost that energy that is needed to probably be on a long call to solve a problem. Probably be like calls will not be anxiety to you, whereby at that point you necessarily need
I
to.
don't think so, because at the end of the day, the like this is not my passion. First of all, what I'm doing is not my passion. But I have seen myself doing work that I love.
Within
And
it.
what?
Within this. Okay.
No, not within this, like doing stuff that I love generally.
Okay.
Like being able to, when I'm, for example, creating reports,
Oh
like
yeah,
time
right.
flies. Yeah, when I'm writing, like time flies. So I don't ever think that there'll be a point. If anything, when I even get to that position where like I now have the space for that, right? I think I'll even cherish them much more. I'll like double down on locking in that particular environment. So I actually think it's the opposite. I don't think I will lose it. Which is why I was trying to tell you that it's like when you have headache and you're only looking at when it only end. Not only end because you want to be able to like get to a position like if the headache has gone, then you can fully express and fully be yourself. Which is my point that once this is done, because I'm very clear and conscious that this is not long term, like, and I think everybody knows, it's not a secret. Very, very short term. And when I'm done, and I'll move forward. I'll do whatever I like. The thing about me is that, like, I've resolved in my life. I don't know. A lot of people focus on wealth, riches, and whatever, and I think it's important, of course, right? But I've told myself that if finding what I need to find in life requires that I will become street poor, like abject poverty, I will face abject poverty. If the path or the consequence is that, like, I'll become a street beggar, I am willing to be a street beggar. Like, I don't care about what is in the road. I'm more interested in looking at what I need to find, fundamentally. So whatever consequence is, I will pay the price, because where I want to go is profoundly much more important for me.
This feels like we're having, like, a deep dive into our psychological thinking on this episode. That's a deep dive. This is not even a deep dive. I think this is surface level, to be honest, into how individually we think. Yeah. Prince, do you have a take on this? Or Musa just explained? You are muted, okay.
I've already said 2 sentences while muted. What Musa said, I fully respect what he's saying, because yes, we all understand you can chase your dream direct, but sometimes those extra crackum, what's the name of that politician that always uses these big words? Anyway, those extra side missions might actually be the dream. I don't know if I got that, if that's what Musa is trying to mean, but
God forbid, this is not the dream.
well, it makes the dream sweeter. Like, I mean, everybody, yes, we like movie producers, but we like the idea that Spielberg had to do Mago, use the third door to become who he is today. The story is sweeter when the means was tough, if that makes sense. When you pass through the fire, it makes all the more sense. It seems nicer. Nobody wants to hear the story of someone that was Andrew Tate's son, and everything was on the pavement for him till the end of life, and everything was already set for him in stone. He was already going to be the CEO. They would rather hear the story of the guy that was helping them do newspaper in the company, that got sued, slept in prison for 3 nights, created a company that was sold to the next company, and then became the CEO. That is the story you rather hear. And I feel those people that live those lives, that they pass through everything, it will make them stronger. So I see it as side missions. Obviously, the side mission is not the dream, but it adds to it. Every day I do something new. Last time I went on this podcast last year, I was saying that the amount of things that I've done, my catalog don't increase, so I don't add made to number of things I don't do as work for this same America. And it's all part of the hero's journey. That's all I tell myself. Every time I start to feel depressed, feel down, feel everything, I just tell myself that, bro, it's the hero's journey, and I just accept it, because the anime got sweet. It cannot be boring and straightforward. So that's all I have to say about it. So, Musa, whatever you're doing, as long as you know what you're doing and you feel like it's for a time, then you're doing the right thing now. It will all make sense. As for me, it's time for Barcelona ball. So, round it up.
Daniel, play that song. It's Lil Wayne song. You gotta find it. Just put you all work out Lil Wayne. You see the name of the song. That should be the ending credits for the song.
Where's Shegu?
Shegu is on the meeting as usual.
I see. I don't know.
Yeah, nah. Thank God we finally did this.
I'm happy. Just next week. I'm looking forward to next week. So guys, use Pllugg.com. Prince, you want to talk about your tax stuff here?
I'm on next week.
Yeah. Use Pllugg.com, Pllugg.com. Send to podcast as a creators. Whatever happens on Wednesday when we publish it, thank God. But with that, people of God, see you next week, same time. Peace.
Peace.
bitch. Yeah. Was on the outside looking in this bitch, but now I'm in this bitch. Yeah. I'm in this bitch. Tunchi, you a genius. Looked in the mirror, said, don't let the money come between us. I'm loaded, loaded at my earliest convenience. But fuck 'em, I feel like I got 10 middle fingers. I'm sipping in this bitch and popping uppers. Gotta take this that shit that give a flower color. And some bitch named Wonder Woman told me not to wonder. The crumbs, you only see